Hello nieces, hello nephews, it's your Uncle Charles here and welcome back to my YouTube channel where we do unbiased price action analysis. Uncle Charles is not happy today, unfortunately, because we still got a lot of biased traders out there. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. Uncle Charles' journey is far from over. There's a lot of work to be done. That's why I need to build myself a flock, because this work can't be done alone. We need to spread the message of unbiased price action trading. And sometimes I feel like my message is not getting across. I made an almost 30-minute video talking about this stuff, and sometimes it just feels like it's going on deaf ears, but still I like to think that there are people out there, and you guys show me so much love over these last few years. That's what keeps me going. Just the thought that there's at least one person out there that I'm helping to make a difference for, that is listening. You know? I always say the setups. Watch for the setups. Follow the price action. And yet, people continue to still be biased traders. Still continue to be bearish when the trend is bullish, when the price action is bullish. Like, I know a lot of people want it to drop, and it might drop soon. We have earnings coming up. For all we know, the market makers could be marking these prices up for the big boys to take their money before earnings, and then they'll dump it after earnings. Maybe that's what's going to happen. Seasonality seems to think so. Or it could also they could also run it up like they did with NVDA. Anything could happen. This is why we need to be unbiased. Okay? Now this morning, let me explain. This morning, I wrote in my Discord that I have to go to the morning post. I wrote in my general lean. As of now, if last week's move was the flagpole, because we had a big move to the upside, right? $14 move from 437 on up. If that was the flagpole, then based on the last two trading days, 448 to 452 is the chop range. Anything in between is chop and noise. Overall bullish above 448. I wrote it right here. Overall bullish above 448. But 452 needs to clear for a new 52-week high. Below 448, then we're likely backtesting the 444 level. That's based on the ascending triangle here. So I've mentioned this morning in my general lean to stay bullish above 448. Watch for the breakout of 452. And it's frustrating because it was another decent level-to-level move. Okay? If we go on my fib level, the exact level is 451.7. And that's where I entered calls. Right when we broke out. Now, I always say, false breakouts and false breakdown setups are the greatest setups, and those are my main core setups that I trade. However, when is a good time to enter regular breakouts and regular breakdowns? When is it a good time to play the non-false breakouts and the non-false breakdowns? When is it a good time? And that's a great question, and it's actually a few answers to that. But today, I'm not going to cover all the answers. I will cover one, okay? I will cover one way. And it does have something to do with the false breakdown setup. Because as you guys can see here, the orange line is my 450 level. We broke that down last Friday. For everyone that don't know what a false breakdown setup is, here's the time to please listen. We broke down 450. And then what happened on Monday? We recaptured 450. That is a false breakdown setup when we break down a support and then we recapture it. We also, on a later candle, retested that 450 level as support, confirming the breakout. confirming the recapture. And if that wasn't enough, even today at the morning open, we had a pennywise bounce, a very strong buying pressure bounce from 450. Now, in hindsight, I could have entered calls there because it was looking to confirm this recapture. But I didn't. I'd rather miss a move and enter a trade that I'm more comfortable with. I don't have to catch the whole move. I just have to catch a piece of it. And I did. 451.7 cleared. This was alerted in the group. 451.7 cleared on the 15-minute chart. Let's see if 452 can hold that support as well. As long as above 453.5 to 454 zone next. I gave the alert when it happened. In real time. And bam. Beautiful move. So why am I not happy? If I made this, catch this beautiful move. Well, it's not just about me. It's not, Uncle Charles have more work to do than just his own trading. I put it on myself to try to help others. And when I hear others are losing money, I talk to about 15, 20 people a day. And when I hear people not following directions, simple directions, and they lose money, that hurts. It hurts them more than it hurts me, of course, because it's their money. But when you hear it over and over and over and over, it's tiring. It's heartbreaking because this is not, sometimes it's like the dreams turning into a nightmare sometimes. So I apologize. I know I always talk about being a sheep, but today I'm being a human. So I apologize for that. I just want us to be successful. I almost didn't make a video today, but I did. Shout out to some of my Discord members giving me a nice little pep talk, I guess. And believing in the flock. So let's just keep this simple. I mentioned to you guys yesterday as well to long above 452 for a new 52-week high. Level to level move. You guys know what I preach. But yeah, setups for tomorrow. Be careful. We have earnings seasons. We are entering earnings seasons. So be careful with your gains. Any gains, all right? 454 to 453.5 zone is based on my 1.786 fib level. I will trust it more above 454. If it can clear, I will favor more upside up to 456.6. All right, 455-ish in play first and 456.6 with 458 and 460 above. That I would stay overall bullish tomorrow as long as above 451.75. All right, plain and simple for the bull case. If you're a bear bias trader, you probably didn't hear anything I just said. It probably went in one ear out the other. But if you are a bear bias trader, you might want to hear this next part. 451.75 is a fib level based from all-time high down to October 2022 low, and also on this small structure that you see in front of you as well. Below 451.7 is when you want to look to short, with 450 and 448 in play. All right. Below that, I have 446 and a back test of the ascending triangle at 444 in play. All right. Plain and simple. Below 451.7, that's when you want to get bearish. Above 454, we're likely heading to a new all-time high. Well, need to clear 455. And we're likely heading up to 456.6, 458, and 460. Don't argue with the price action. And if you do choose to argue with the price action, if you do choose to gamble, please do not tag me, do not message me. Please leave me out of it. I want to hear that you are following, you're trading like a tactician, sheep style. I want to see that my lessons, my experiences with trading will not die with me. I want to see that it live on through many people. Maybe I'm dreaming too big. Maybe I'm being dramatic. Auntie Charters thinks I'm being dramatic. I think I'm just sharing my passion with the world. You're either going to hate it or love it. Either way, I hope you make a shit ton of money, because that's what I want to do, is help people make a shit ton of money. All right. Below 451.7, you might get a selling opportunity, pull back down to 450, 448. 448 fails, I will favor 444, but 446 en route first. All right. Above 455, 456.6, 458, and 460 in play. Please add these levels to your charts. Look to long with the breakout of resistance. Look to short breakdown of support. Manage your risk, because watch out for those false breakdowns and false breakout setups. All right. You can also trade those. Triple Q. I mentioned it, long above 382. Simple direction. And we got a nice, move to the upside. Going as high as 387. Went as high as 387. Okay. So there is support at 385. If that can hold, 387, 388.5, and 390 in play next. All right. If 385 fails, 383.5, that was yesterday's high, and then 382, the breakout level for today. That's based on the fib level. These green lines are fib levels, guys. Fib levels. Below 385, watch for the breakdown of 383.5 and 382. If that happens, 380, which bounced today, strong bounce off of that. So got strong buy zone right there at 380. If that fails and it becomes a supply zone, that'll be bearish. Below 380 is bearish. With 378, 376.5 down to 375-ish in play, guys. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. All right. IWM, small cap stocks, very bullish, leading the way apparently. Okay, I have support at 195. As long as above 195, watch for the breakout of 197. That's in play. That's a target. 197 clears. 199 and 201 are in play next. Okay, below 195, I got 194. It's a cluster of supports. Below 195.2. I got 194, 193, 191.5, and then down to 190 would be in play. Okay, below 195 would make today a false breakout. We cleared that fib level, 1.618 fib level. That failed, that's bearish. False breakout setup play at level to level. 194, 193, 191.5 are below. Tesla. Here's my fib levels, guys. I had a level at 295. Smash that. Pull back a little bit, okay? 291 is support. If that breaks down, we're likely going down back down to 287.5 and maybe go down to test 285. Keep in mind 285 is based on the multi-year trend line. If that breaks down, that's bearish. We got a false breakout setup. Earnings are reported tomorrow after market. I don't recommend trading earnings. It's up to you. It's up to you. But I don't recommend trading earnings. If you do trade earnings, manage your risk well. And I don't know how you're going to do it when it's after the aftermarket. Up to you. I don't recommend doing it. Okay, you got my levels. Above 295, uptrend continues. 299.4 and 305 is likely in play. Levels are a little spread out, but it's Tesla we're talking about. It's a volatile stock. All right? 291 fails. Short-term bearish, 287.5 and 285. Below 285, I will be longer-term bearish. Medium-term bearish, actually. Here is Microsoft. They got earnings next week. Hit new all-time highs. Had some news about it today about one of the prices for one of their new products. One of the members asked me to cover it. Here I am covering it. And I have fib level, 1.786 fib level at 357.65. You managed to clear that today. That's a breakout. So obviously if you're a bear, you want to see Microsoft break down 357.6 to give us a false breakout setup, put in 351.2 in play. Below 351.2, I'll be even more bearish and favor 344 and maybe 340 and maybe a drop down to 335. Okay? Below 357.6. I'll be a little short-term bearish, but below 351.5. Look, we got a double top right here. from July 14th and June 16th. All right, watch that level, 351.5. All right, overall bullish above 351.5. But if, you know, be a lot more bullish if it could stay above 357.6. All right, that will put 360, 366.7 and higher in play, possibly up to 370. If it breaks 370, we'll likely go test 375. All right, guys. Apple still looking bullish. Consolidated a little bit today. Yesterday's high is 194.3. Today's high was 1 cent higher. Didn't really go anywhere. But obviously, if we can break out that 194.5 level, we can avoid a double top and head up to the next fib level at 196 with 198, 200, and 202 above that. All right. There is support at 192. If you want to short and be a smart counter trend trader, sarcasm, wait for 192 to fail with 189.7 in play. That orange trend line, 2023 trend line, is based on 189.5. Bears take over if that level fails. I could be wrong, but based on that, I could be right. All right? NVDA. I love this stock. I wish more people would love this stock so you guys can see how amazing it is. Wrote here my trade idea, you know, I wrote a few setups on it. Support is at 466.7. As long as above, watch for a breakout of 468 and 470 and so on in play. If 466.7 fails support or opens below 464 and lower is in play. Just look at these movements, guys. Look at these movements. Broke down 466.7. Went as low as 450. That's like a $9 move. A $9 move. Holy moly. A later setup that I give. Look to long. Oh, that's the natural gas. Sorry. I wrote here. 462 broke down as well and is now resisted. No longs unless there's level recapture, at least on the 15 to 30 minute chart, to put upper targets back in play. As long as below breakdown of 458 will be in place. So we was gonna, at this point at 10:40 a.m. we was either gonna short breakdown of 458 or long the recapture of 462 for the greatest trade setup of all time, the false breakdown setup. And what happened, guys? What happened? I give you guys the trading secrets, the greatest trade setups of all time for free. And look at that recapture 462 gave us a move up very close, got up to 478-ish. What a beautiful move. What a beautiful move. If you like trade ideas like this, definitely consider joining my Discord. Let's get this money. What are you waiting for? Unbiased price action analysis. But, you might be a biased trader, so you're not going to want to join Uncle's Discord. So, we got to watch out for this potential double top. I mean, it's not perfectly together, but it's not always going to look like in the books or textbooks, There is resistance at 474. If that can recapture, I got 476, 478.5, 480, and 483-ish. In play, okay? Long above 474. If it can stay below 474, I have support at 471.5 and 470. If that fails, watch out for 466.7 again. If that fails, bulls might not be as lucky with a recapture. Drop back down to 462-ish with 458 and 456 below that. We could drop lower, but we'll see. One level at a time. If you want to chase a home run, like I always say, use your runners. So here is Amazon, still within this rising channel, basin, consolidated. But I do got a fib level at 178.6 at 134.3. We rounded up to 134.5. If that clears tomorrow, look to long with 137 in play. That's the top of the rising channel. If that clear, 139.8-ish would be in play. That would be bullish, a breakout. Okay? Consolidated today. Chop day today for Amazon. But maybe we'll get a move tomorrow. Might be building strength for the next move. However, support of the channel is now 130.6. It is rising up. If that drops, bears are gonna be in play, in control. Okay, I like to see a breakdown 130 as well. Breakdown 130, 127, 124, and 120 are back in play. Bears will be happy about that. Here is AMD. For all my viewers that have been requesting AMD, I got you. Uncle Charters love you. That's why I'm doing this. Bear flag, obviously, right? But we can, there's some opportunities to trade the upside or downside as long as within this bear flag. Even though that's a bearish pattern, you don't really know. It could form the right side of a cup for all we know. Watch the levels. 116.5 is support as long as above. We got resistance at 118.5. If that clears, 120 would be in play, and the top of the rising channel is at 122.5. It wouldn't be a bad thing if it goes and fill it out to the top. However, if it breaks down 116.5, that's when you want to look to short with 114.5 in play based on the bear flag support level. It rises up, and if 114.5 support fail, bears in control with 112.38, 109-ish, and 105.7 in play. All right, guys, let's end this with the option flow. All right, here's a dark pool order. We got 2.3 billion in premium. Good to see some liquidity coming in the market for 450.9. Add that to your charts as a dark pool level. As long as above bullish, below it we could get bearish. SPY filter for 500k premiums or above. We're looking at for 1 month out expiration date, and it's bearish for the short term. Holy moly, be careful, bulls, be careful. Big money is betting bearish to the short term. Bullish for QQQ for the short term. Keep in mind they are split orders, not that aggressive, but it is bullish. IWM, nothing for the short term. Tesla, bullish for the short term, even before earnings. That's amazing, Tesla. Good for you. Apple, bullish for the short term. Microsoft, bullish, very bullish for the short term. AI is the thing, guys. AI is saving the market. It's the future, right? What else am I missing? Am I missing anything? NVDA, bullish for the short term. AMD, bullish for the short term. VIX, bearish for the short term. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to join the sheep's den, be part of the flock, take unbiased trading seriously, definitely consider joining Uncle's Discord. Other than that, have a great evening. Peace.